And my name is Adrienne Newson, and I was born and raised in Ireland, and my husband and I moved here 18 years ago with our daughter, and we have a son who is our American. Just over 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago actually, I discovered a lump after showering, and I knew this wasn't good, and I called my doctor, who scheduled me for mammogram, which was followed immediately afterwards by the next day by a biopsy, and that was on a Friday, and on the Monday afternoon I heard those dreaded words: you have cancer. You must have been ashen faced when the doctor offers you to go out the back door of his office, and all I could think of was, I'm going to die. And I have two beautiful children, a wonderful husband, and just pure fear, absolute fear. And then Erin Young, here in Cookville, the nurse navigator, breast cancer nurse navigator, my guardian angel is what I call her. She then got in touch with me the next morning, and scheduled an appointment to see a surgeon. And then it was when the surgeon told me what we were going to do and explained everything, then I realised it's going to be okay, because he was so reassuring. Just I knew then, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Still the fear, because I didn't know if it was in my lymph nodes, but it was an invasive ductal carcinoma. So well, I wanted to stay in Cookville. I think we've got fantastic surgeons. We've got a brilliant cancer centre. So I had the surgery here, and when I was told that it wasn't in my lymph nodes, I kind of thought I've just won the lottery here. And then I went to the oncologist here in Cookville, and I had a chemo and radiation here in Cookville, and it was fantastic. I can't say a bad word about the cancer centre, and the help and the compassion and love and support that they give here, unbelievable. I'm glad I didn't have to travel, because I think I would have been too tired. 35 days of radiation up and down if I'd have been out of Cookville. I started chemotherapy at the end of June, and halfway through chemo I started radiation as well. A lot of people will do it, chemo, finish, take a break and start, but I wanted it done and over with. So halfway through chemo, I started the radiation, so I actually finished radiation, I think it's like the 17th of September. So I was done on Monday the 17th, I think it was, yeah. Well, I think we could become very complacent about life, and oh, nothing's going to happen to me, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're told you've got cancer, and you've that fear that you're going to die, and then you realize, then no, you're not. It's okay. You're going to survive. And I think I kind of woke up and smelt the roses and realized every day shouldn't be taken for granted. And I never take any day now for granted. When I get up and I go out and I go jogging in the mornings, I notice everything. And I feel I listen to people more. I have more time for people. Just it changes. Your life changes. It really is an eye-opening situation to be in. Ooh, my husband, my two wonderful children, and my friends. I can't say enough about the support that I got. I like to exercise every day, and my girlfriends, every single morning, were at my front door at 7:30, and was okay. We're walking today, and there were some days when I really didn't want to go. I wanted to pull the blankets over my head and not get out of bed. But I thought, oh, the girls are going to be here. I have to get up, and I'd come down and have a cup of tea, and I went with them. They never missed one day. So I have really my girlfriends. I'm very grateful for, because they would listen to me if I was upset, or just angry with it, and they'd listen. and the positivity and the exercise. I really think that helped too, and it got me out every morning. It got me out, so they were tremendous. And it was like Erin Young, but and everybody, the people who I didn't even really know a lot, when they hear, the mail, I get well cards every day. It was exciting to wait and see. Was mail for me today, and it was a get well card from, you don't know me, but I know your face from church or whatever. And it was lovely. There was support from the whole community. I read it's a proven fact that if you power walk during radiation, it lessens the fatigue. So I just didn't want to stop. I wanted to make sure, and so like the day before chemotherapy, I would try and walk even further. I'd try and do a really, really long one, so I would be tired because of the steroids after chemo can have me a bit hyper. So I do think it's very important to exercise. I'm not saying get up and go out, if you're not an exerciser and start walking 6 miles on the first day, but I do think if you are diagnosed, just anything will help, any little exercise. And also it's endorphins. Ooh, that's a hard one. The things I would have missed most if I had not detected it in time, I guess the one that jumps to my mind immediately would be my daughter's graduation from high school and moving her then into college. Very proud moments. I would have missed my sister's wedding. Her first time to get married in her 60s, which was unbelievable, to go home to Ireland and be with the whole family and to be there as part of that. Family vacation, we did a great family vacation. And now I am training to do a walk across Spain, a pilgrim's walk with my son. I couldn't give that up for the whole wide world, to have a son who wants to spend 5 weeks with me. And I guess if I had not detected cancer in time, I couldn't be planning something like that. So time with my children, I guess, is the most precious, and my husband are the things that I am so grateful for, that I did discover and was diagnosed and cared for in time. I think I'm a very positive person. I always look on the bright side. I think that, and also exercise that's what really helped me. And I know everybody's different in how they cope with things, but to me it was to get out and exercise, and to stay positive and support, to have the support from your family and friends, and love and compassion shown. That's all part, I think, of getting through it. Don't put it off. If you find a lump, don't think, oh, this will go away. It won't. You need to get it checked. I have had a mammogram every year since I was 30. But here I was a few months after my mammogram and just in the shower and found a lump. And I said, know your body. Know what's not right. And if you know that something's not right, I would think immediately, go get it checked. Don't be afraid. Because if you leave it too long, you won't make that graduation. It isn't a death sentence. But when you hear it first, that's immediately what you think. And unfortunately, so many of us, I guess maybe I was very naive. I didn't know. I didn't know anybody who'd had breast cancer, that was close to me. So immediately, and nobody in my family. So immediately I thought, I am going to die. And so, yeah, you're right. It's just like a death sentence. Well, of course it has, because they've spent so much and granted so much money into research and finding a cure, that of course it's impacted me in a lot of ways, because maybe I wouldn't have been diagnosed as quick as I was, and I guess I'm very aware now of anything to do with Susan G. Komen. I didn't know who Nancy Brinker was until I read the book Promise Me, and I found that fascinating. And I think there's a little bit of Nancy Brinker maybe in all of us. and we just need to get it out there. And I think as a survivor, I try as hard as I can to help other people in that situation. So if I can help a Susan G. Komen do it, I will.